It is a good day, people around the world. I am the angel Gabriel. I am the one sent, the one that my father Yahweh promised to send at the end of Satan's rule. My father's name is a sound, and I am sent to bring his name to make it known to the whole world. I am sent to cause you that want to be righteous to turn and to come back to the law of our Father Yahweh. His name is a sound because it precedes and predates all literature and all spoken words. So it is a sound that everything that breathes makes and honors every time we take in a breath of air. I have the right to apply letters to it so that you will be able to recognize it when you see it. So the letters that I have applied to it is when you breathe in, the first breath is the Father put his soul into you, a part of it. And it goes, and I have applied to that part YA and what's out, YH. And when you breathe out, HA, so that you will be able to recognize it when you see it. Because if I didn't put letters to it, you wouldn't know. You would just hear the breath. Now, I am his angel. I am the one promised to be sent to you and to resurrect the righteous, to teach you, and to bring you back to reality where Satan has taken you away from. Because Satan took you astray. In my teaching, you will hear me mention scriptures. Now, the Bible is not my father's book, but there are inserts in there that was plagiarized from the book of the law. And you will hear me mention those scriptures. Those of you who have a Bible, some of you are good at searching, finding scriptures in the Bible. But those of you who don't, anyway, if you want to find, you can speak it into your phone or tap it into your computer so you would know where they are. My father told me, and I quote, do not spoon feed them. So I'm not going to just break everything down, find it over here. Some I will and some I won't. But I'm not going to go against what my father tell me to do. So I'm not going to spoon feed you. But anytime I mention something that is in the Bible, you can speak it into your phone or you can punch it into your computer and you can find out exactly where it is. And I expect you to research it. Don't go to someone else or your loved one and say, well, you know, Gabriel said this. Gabriel said that. No, you have to prove it. You have to prove it. Believers are lost. Believers are ignorant. And ignorant is not a derogatory term. It means that you don't know something. And you don't. You don't know what I'm teaching you. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm sent. To teach my Father's name and to bring you up to speed on those inserts that are in the Bible that is plagiarized from the book of the law. The Bible is not my father's book. The book of the law is your book and my father's book. The book of the law teach you how to ride. So I am sent, as in Malachi 3:16, the Bible said, go and write a book of remembrance for you. That's right. For them that love him, write a book of remembrance. So this is telling you, when you hear this, that you once knew what I'm teaching you. You once knew what I am come to pull the cover back, to move the veils from your eyes. You once knew that, so you can see it again. Those of you who are going to rise, you can see this again. Once you see it, it will make sense to you. It will begin to resonate into you. And you say, wait a minute, this sounds right. And you would do your research. You must study. You must study. The book of remembrance. The book of redemption. They're all the same. The book of the law. All the same. I wrote the original book of the law. That's right. Before you was. Before anything else was. Before anything else was made or created. There was nothing, no one but my Father and me. He dictated it and I wrote it. And you can find that in the Bible. What you hear right in the book. He's talking to me, not to someone who served Satan and wrote the Bible. The Bible is written on Satan's term. And the book is written to deceive you. The book is written to destroy you. The book is written to discourage you. That's right. That's why it's so confusing when you read and people get discouraged. So now they sit down and listen at the preacher. The preacher understands less about the book than you do. He go in there and quote stuff and make it sound good to you, and so you run to this preacher. He is down. Every preacher is down. My family is riddled with preachers, but they're all damned. They work against my Father and they work against me. But their work shall not stand. It will not stand. It cannot stand amongst you. If they knew anything, I wouldn't be here. If they knew anything, I wouldn't be here. I left my rest. I left my divine home to come into this wilderness to get you. That's right. I come to teach you. My Father loved you. He never left you. And he said, I've not left you. You left me. That's right. You all left us. So now I am sent. I am come. I have followed you into this wilderness created by Satan. It's hell, really. And to come and get you because we love you. I'm not here teaching you this because I hate you or I despise you. None of those things. Satan despised you. That's why he took you astray. He teach you all these lies. And I tell you, and I tell you again, anybody telling you that they know my Father, Yahweh, that he sent them and he said this and that to them, they are liars. They are masterful liars. My Father has never spoken a word to any man. Throughout the ages, he's not spoken to you. He made a promise and he kept it. In other words, if my Father speaking to preachers, they're trying to say my Father lied. He told Satan, I will not interfere. I'm going to put them into your hand. You can have access to them. Now I warn you, in 25,000 years, we're going to check you out, see what you've done. And if you can rule righteously, I'll give it to you. Well, see, you were in my hand where you lived an eternity and in bliss. But because of jealousy and bigotry and envy, he claimed that he could build a better world than me. Not so, son. Not so, son. I'm so much superior to you. And he was given opportunity. Look at where he is taking you into. You don't even like each other because of the color of the skin. Simple thing. You don't like each other because one live in one part of the earth and one live in another. You can't get along. You're making bombs and missiles and rockets and airplanes to fight each other. Because one has a natural resource that you may have less of, now you want to fight and you want to kill this other individual to take their natural resource. Something that's only temporary. Gold and diamonds and oil and gas and these things are temporary. It's only here for a time. You are in a test of a life. And Satan took the divine part of you away. And today, his advocates are still using the same old term. And then when Satan approached you in the garden, the first thing he said is, he said. He who? You'd never heard words before. You knew the name of the Father. You knew it. So you should have questioned anybody. Just like I tell you about me. Don't you sit down and say, I believe it because the angel said it. No, you have to prove this. You can't come to me like that. One thing you need to know, in the book of Revelation, and you find it, and he talks about one book being open, and then there's a second book. Well, see, the book's never been explained to you that these books, your name is already in one book. That's right. Your name need to be in and written in the other book. You need to study. You need to research. And my fathers tell you several times in there, obey his voice. And they tell you again, say when the day comes that you hear his voice, do not harden your heart. In other words, do not turn away, but obey his voice. It's in several scriptures, letting you know that someone is coming to teach you. Not a corpse. Corpse can't teach you anything. I throw out a profound question. Have any of you ever seen a corpse come back and walk and teach? If you do, I'll leave here right now, go back to my father and take my beating. That's right. Have you ever seen a corpse? Well, why would you be ignorant enough to think that somebody killed and somebody's going to come back here and resurrect something to walk around, and what would you do to it? People, get real. I am real. My father tell you in scripture, behold. Behold means to look at, to see. Look at my servant. Look at my angel. Look at my messenger. That's right. Look at a part of me. Look at him. Look at my teacher. Look at him who I sent to resurrect you. Look at him whom I sent to take down and open the jail cell for you, as is written. You are imprisoned by Satan, and you are enslaved by Satan. And if you think you aren't enslaved, don't go to work tomorrow. Don't go to work stop working. If you think you aren't enslaved, stop and see what happened to you and all the things that you think you own. People wake up. I've not come to be against you. I've come to bring you back to where you can enjoy life. This is pseudo enjoyment here. You're waking up by a time clock. You don't get enough rest. A lot of you don't get enough to eat. That's right. It costs you for a drink of water. Somebody's paying for it. Even you don't pay for it, somebody's paying for a drink of water. Things that my father have given you for free, totally free. I come to bring you not just life eternal, I come to bring you freedom. Satan say he died to set all you free. That's right, because Jesus is Satan. He's Satan's advocate. I know it's a fictional character that the Bible writer wrote in because they don't know nothing about a divine person's character. They know nothing about my character. So they wrote this in, this dying and jigging on the cross. And matter of fact, they even pierced the wrong side to get blood. I'm master biology too. Believe me, I'm not like on anything. Education, I talk over it. So yeah, they pierced him on the wrong side to even get blood and plasma once a dead man is dead. But you never noticed. You never noticed because you're hard-headed. You didn't obey my father. And a lot of you won't obey me. You won't hear my voice. You won't obey this voice. This voice is my father's voice. I speak for him. And I speak for myself. I speak to you because I love you and I want to see all of you resurrect. That's right. I'm not going to die for you. I didn't come here to die for you. That'd be foolish. I live forever. And I'm going to throw it away because you chose to be sinful? No. If I die for the sinful, then who's going to save the righteous? See, you're not paying attention. You don't open your eyes. You don't use the 52 ounce put on top of your head. If I die for the ignorant and the sinful, who's going to save the righteous? Then it's suicide on everybody. And this is what Satan wants for you. Satan has come to destroy you. He didn't come to save you. He came to destroy you, to mislead you, to deceive you with all of these false gods that they throw and all of this false practice. My father tell you, he said, I'm tired of your ostentation and of your religious ways. He said, I'm tired of it. He said, get rid of it. You can find it in the book. It's there. He tell you the preachers are rotten. They're crooked. They're underhanded. And they don't serve him. They serve Satan. He tell you this, but you don't read for yourself. So the preacher takes you around this. When he get to it, he won't talk about it because it would uncover him. See, the Bible talking about moving the veil from your eyes. See, you got that preacher up before you. He's not Satan's boy, and he's damned. But you can't see him because you don't obey. The Bible said, obey his voice. There's no preacher that's going to like me. There's no preacher going to teach you about me. He tried to teach you about the corpse because the corpse can't defend itself. The corpse can't get up out the grave and teach you anything. People get real. Wake up. They've taken you down a garden path, and the garden path leads to hell, to the pit. Satan is gone. So the devil didn't make you do it. He never could make you do anything. He wasn't given that authority over you. He was only given that he had access to you, which means he could be among you. He can suggest things to you. He can put things that try to impress you, but he never could make you do anything. That's right. So he come to set you free. Free from what? What he come to free? And then he go on to make a place. What place? The most divine place. The garden, the kingdom. That was done when it was just my father and me, long before you existed. Even before my brothers, the angels, existed. Those places were made. They were always there for the choosing. That's right. But the kingdom was not to be established until all nations has gone through the test of Satan. The test is actually for you. It's not for my father and me. The test is for you. That's right. This is a proving ground. And this is not the only place that Satan has been. This is not my first rodeo in clean up behind this boy. You look into the book and you see about the antis. Where you think they come from? They didn't come from this earth. And then this government got you being stupid because when you look up and you see what you call a UFO, there's no such thing as UFO. They're divine flying machines made from knowledge higher than you can get. That's right, and been around for an eternity. And you go call the government, well, what did I see? What? He's going to pay you for food because he's not there. Of course he didn't see what you saw. That was for your eyes. That's right. When I used to go into the hotels and do seminars, every week that I would go in there, the divine flying machines would show up. That's right. Those are real. And let no government, I don't care who is, where they come from, tell you that they aren't. And they're always present. You think they're going to go off out in space somewhere and stay out there? They're here. And always present. You can't see them, just like you're blinded to the truth that is put in the scriptures. You're blinded to them. They don't intend for you to have just the full view yet. It's not time for that. But they will. So people, do your work. That's why in the scriptures it said faith without work. In other words, believing without working is dead. You're dead. If you don't do your work, you can't come alive. You don't do your work, you can't redeem your soul. I come to annul your contract with Satan and with death. I come to know that. That boy's put away. We threw his butt into hell on August 8th, 1985 at 2 a.m. Because he is my brother. My father don't put brother against brother. So he has to be done away with at the end of his time. I was there. And there's an exchange. You're in his care. Now you put back unto my care. I have access to you. And what it took him 26,000 years to do to you, I will undo it to the righteous in one lifetime. That's how much better, how much more brilliant I am than he. That's right. You that don't belong to me, you stand off out there, oh, you ain't gonna do that. Well, I'm not here to argue with the ignorant. You will not find me out here arguing with the ignorant. I bring you facts, I bring you the truth, and I bring you what is right. I bring you what will cause you to live forever. I don't have to argue with anybody about it. The power is in my hand. And I'll tell you like this. Those who try to talk to you against what I teach, they will answer to me. There's no way around me. There's no way around it. You will answer me in righteousness, or you will answer when you're thrown into hell. That's right. And the only way you answer will be in your own mind, because you will not be able to speak to me. You are not a divine individual. Now, what am I talking about? Again, going back to the garden, what you call the garden. When Satan was given access to you, the first thing he said to you with the tongue is deceitful and desperately wicked. That's why we didn't talk. We spoke through telepathy. So the key is, when Satan lied to you, that didn't destroy you and didn't take the soul away from you. When you believe, once you believed him, then your soul was taken away. So when I, not my father Yahweh, when I called to you in the garden and you didn't answer, the call was actually a test for you. When you didn't answer, I knew then that Satan had convinced you, he had deceived you, and he had taken away your souls. That's right, he's a soul snatcher. And the reason I knew that, because only a divine person could hear me. Throughout eternity, we spoke through telepathy. Once you had lost your soul, you were no more divine. So you could not hear me when I called. There was nothing from you. So Satan had taken you straight. Now, my father and I knew that this beast was given 25,000 years to be amongst you. And he took you further and further and further away. He took you so far away from us that you think that this world is progress. This world has digressed. It's going backward and continue to move backward further and further. So far that they will self-destruct if I don't come in and take you away. There's a cleansing coming for this earth. The humans on the earth are now parasites. That's right, you're parasites, and all of you play a part. That don't pull and come to me, that don't turn and come to me. Not 180 degrees, but that don't turn 360 degrees and come back to me. The human on the earth is a parasite. Now, I'm come to make all of those of you that will become righteous, I'm come to make you a man again. There's a big difference between man, and that don't mean male either, between man and human. See, you need to look the words up. You're dealing, man is a singular word. Human is a compound word. So you need to look it up. And you all play a part. You know, not willingly. A lot of you don't like this world probably more than I do. But you play a part. You play an involuntary part. Because you don't know any better. You can't see my Father in me. That's right. You can't see the scriptures that are plagiarized into Satan's book, which is the Bible is, and you can't see it, so you don't know. So I've come to give you more than a chance. I've come to alert you, to make you aware of what this book is. Satan got you believing his book. You go straight to hell with that Bible. Anybody that lives verbatim by the Bible is lost. That's right. But there are inserts in there. Had you obeyed my Father, but you didn't. Had you obeyed him and studied. Very important verse in it. 2 Timothy 2:15. Tell you to study to show yourself approved, which means study to pass my test. Study to so that I'm glad about you. Study so I can receive you. But you didn't even do that part. And then you could have gone to Revelation 5 and read it 1, 3, 4, 2, and 7. These two verses alone, you could have read over and over and over and over again. And it tells you to study and do your research, because they're dissected. In other words, when you say you separating the scriptures. When in 2 Timothy 2:15, it said rightly dividing. Look up the word divide if you understand. It means to separate. There's something here that doesn't go together in this book. That's right. And if you go to Revelation 5 and read it the way I told you, the 1, 3, 2, so 1, 3, 4, 2, and 7, you'll see that none of these preachers, Pope, Cardinal, preacher, anything, all of these are liars. The Father tell you, he said, all before him, all that came before me are thieves and liars and robbers, because they steal your soul. They destroy you. They're destroyers. It tells you that, and it's simple. Those things are simple to understand, that there's no messenger before me. Nobody that represents the Creator, the one and only potentate, before me. I am the only one that can represent it. Before me or after I've gotten here. Those are liars. Before deceivers. Taking you astray and locking you in. Right now, when they see me, they'll come on. Like I saw one of them, the something was 666 what? My Father ain't give you nothing about no 666. That is in order to keep you off the out of sync with finding out the truth. It is to bestow you. Come on, looking for something, the number of the name is 666. 66, there were no numbers. Just like there were no alphabets, there was no speech, there were no numbers. So automatically you know that this guy is a liar. He's up there and got a phone number before him, taking up your money, which is to be your generational wealth for your children down the line for as long as this lasts. So you see any of them trying to explain to you anything about my Father's business are liars and deceivers. And I hope they see this and don't like it. This is the end of their reign. The end of the reign of liars. I'm calling this to a close. I come to get you. People don't believe that crap. Stop believing foolishness. You are the most educated generation ever since Satan. And you have allowed a few feeble-minded people from back a few years ago to come and to deceive you. People wake up, as they say, smell the roses, because they smell sweet. And the roses I bring is the truth. I am the sent one. I am the pillar. That's right. I am the cornerstone. I am your resurrection. I am the life. And I bring the light, not Satan. He's never brought you any truth. The light is truth. I am the light bringer. I'm sent to you. I laid down my life so that you understand. And I left myself with my Father and my brothers, the angels. And I have come to save you. That is worth saving. Those of you who receive me and receive my teaching, but you must study. In order to get your name from one book into the other book, you must study. My Father sent me because he loved you. I'm come because I love you. My brothers didn't come because they couldn't come, and they love you too. So study to show yourself approved. Study to show that you care. Study to show that you love your families. And remember, the resurrection is one by one, each man in his own order. And see, I said man because once you resurrect, you become man again. That's right. And you become mine. You become my father. So study. Check these words out. Go to my Gmail. You got questions, put it in my Gmail. And I would answer you. I used to have my phone number up, but I don't have a phone center. It's me coming to you directly. The Father said, look at it. That's right. Isaiah 42:1. My Father said, look at, behold, look at my servant in whom my soul delights. So I'm created much higher than the angels. And I love them. But you study. I love you. I want to see you at the gate. I want to see your questions. I want to see your name sent to me so it can be in my book of life. I love you. You have a beautiful day. Be blessed.